This is why we play.
Gaming is something more.
It's a community, made vibrant and real by AI.
Technology helps us to be part of something bigger.
Games play as if they were real life.
Are you with me now? Said, are you with me now? Ain't felt this good in a while. They want us to simmer down. Can you hear me now? Am I going in and out? I stop and just look around to see if you're with me now.
This is why we play. A community.
Thousands of communities.
Tell me, are you with me now? Ready to put it down. Start at the bottom, already forgot it, but they won't forgive me now. You really ain't ready now. You haters just in the crowd.
Nothing can hold you back.
So, why do you play?
Do you want to go for a coffee? Yeah, sure.
Don't give up now, yeah, you gotta climb. But we give it to all until the end, till the end of time. Stay down, I run this town, ain't backing down, we going them rounds. Yeah, the winds will blow, but these roots too deep. I'm on my feet, the underdog, and I won't be beat. Watch everything we work for fall in line. We gon' give it our all until the end, until the end of time.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back once again to Lenovo and Intel presents The Rise of Legion, Kolkata, where we have our gaming monitor partner as ViewSonic Gaming, gaming headset partner Sony InZone, talent partner Maverick, and esports partner the Esports Club. But bringing you back to this casting, this is me, Darshita, and alongside me, it's gonna be Scared Yet. Today, we are gonna find two more teams who are gonna qualify to the LAN, which is happening in Kolkata in few days. That's gonna be on 29th itself. But Scared, what do you have to say about today's day? We have our two teams to be qualified the previous day itself, but coming down to today, what are your expectations?
Honestly, I'm looking forward to the match that will be between ROG and Airavata. We know that they are one of the
Yeah,
fan favorite teams as well. I mean, everyone was probably expecting both of them to qualify, but from different groups. But I mean, fate has it. We're going to see that matchup right up now. And I'm expecting that to go overtime as well. Because honestly, when we saw these teams play the other day, we knew that there were so close matches. I still remember ROG and Airavata, they both played on Vertigo. It was the opener match and the ending match of the evening. So I mean, just thinking about those matches, ROG Academy going 13-11, it was such a close game. And I believe it was the
yeah,
first close game of Rise of Legion. So obviously, I've got such high expectations from this one. But again, you know why they're fighting it on, right? We always
yeah.
have the prize pool that's going to be in front of us with a total prize pool of 2 lakh INR, Darshita. And the first place will get 1 lakh.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge prize pool coming up for the LAN event itself. So now, here we have a clarity, right? All the four teams who are making it to the LAN are getting themselves rewarded. 25,000 for the third and fourth place, 50,000 for the second, and 1 lakh INR to the very first place itself. So at
Hmm.
the end of the day, even if you are at the LAN, yes, you are getting rewarded, but having the title, having the prize pool of 1 lakh INR, I mean, that bragged in your pockets, and also the bragging rights. That's a lot of things. But right now, as you're talking about the matchup, we have the sides of Airavata Esports going up against the sides of ROG Academy, and the map. Trust me, guys, it's gonna be the favorite map that Scared has. So we are really gonna enjoy today's day. And here it is, the map Peter as well. Vertigo is where we are heading towards. Ancient Anubis, Mirage, Nuke, Inferno, Overpass, and Instant Ban coming up. And Scared, I'm really heartbroken for the fact that we've witnessed not even a single Inferno when it comes down to the online qualifiers.
I mean, sometimes you always get your heart broken, right? All the boys out there will feel the
Ouch.
pain. Either
All
ways,
right.
I was kind of
All right.
expecting, the map of Vertigo because we've seen both of these teams perform really well, and especially on the attack side. You know that the rotation from the CT side is very quick, especially on
Yeah.
this map, and therefore being able to perform whenever you're on the T side, that clearly shows that the IGLing is on point and your team coordination is also really good. Plus, the util
Mm-hmm.
usage that you always go with is always perfect because you need to get all those lineups properly on those specific places of the map in order to go in for a proper execute. So teams
Yep.
being able to execute that, it just clearly shows how well they've practiced and how much they've invested their time into that one. So Vertigo coming up right now, ROG Academy, Airavata. I still remember ROG Academy ended up a half um in a 5-7 position up against Team Khatarnak. They were not leading, they were behind, and that too on the CT side. And then they made a comeback. They won continuous rounds. I won't exactly call them continuous because it was apparently 13-11, but still, it
Mm-hmm.
was super fun to watch. Even till that last moment, you could not guess who would actually win it out. And I was expecting maybe it could go in overtime. And again, Airavata, when they were up in their match, we saw the first 6-6 half of ROL. So, I mean, I've got some high hopes coming from both of these teams on this map because we already have three teams who qualified for the LAN, right? We saw two of them yesterday. We saw, Hariomi Esports, they were up against their opponents. Unfortunately for them, they could not qualify. NPC were the
Yeah.
ones who beat them to it. And then in the second game, we also saw Mystic Gaming up against Extreme 5, and that was one hell of a match. Honestly, I did not anticipate that kind of ending, but again, Mystic Gaming
Yeah.
making their way today. Yes, an anticlimactic win going for usual suspects. We did not see the match coming up, but they were the ones who had qualified. Now, this is going to be one of the most fun match to watch out for.
Yeah, I remember the previous day itself when we got our schedule and when we knew who is going up against whom. You were quite excited,
True.
and I really want to share it to all the audience out there that Scared did go in and predict that it's going to be the map of Vertigo, and look where we are already. I mean, yeah, that's so true. It's not like I'm making it up, but it's going to be true. He did predict it the previous day itself, and we are in the map of Vertigo now. Today, it's going to be an interesting day, honestly. But here's the thing, I did not expect an overtime. I mean, yeah, this is going to be a close
Hmm.
match coming up, nothing to take away from both these sides. But an overtime is something I did not really anticipate. I mean, maybe, may not be now. Now that you've said it again, you never know that the cast curse will work for real. But again, yeah, the expectations of an overtime for me, it's going to be kind of low. But again, it depends on the momentum because I've been repeating myself way too
True.
much on saying that when it goes down to the game like CS:GO or CS2, it's all about the momentum now. It just takes me back to CS:GO each and every time because that vibe was really something different. But now, when it goes to CS2 as well, I feel momentum is going to matter because once you have that momentum,
Hmm.
once you are getting rounds consecutively, you build up that confidence and you tend to just end it as soon as possible and get the victory. So you never know if the teams try to do that, right? Because we have seen both of these teams perform previously. Still, if I have to ask you, what do you think? Who is going to win? I mean, if you have to name one of the teams.
Okay, that's one of the most difficult questions that I've come across. I've been spending the last night thinking, what kind of strategies would these teams pull
Yeah.
off? Who will be having the upper hand? I've been going through their matches. Yeah, I kind of do a lot of homework. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm called a nerd here. But honestly, I think so. Airavata might be the one who will have it in their bag. Honestly, the match of ROG and Khatanak, it was top notch. But still, I feel that Airavata, they were having, quite an advantage and leeway whenever it came to those terrorist sites and moving around the map, working through it, moving to those locations. I think so. They should be the one who will probably win it out.
True, that's going to be true. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the last match for this online qualifiers. Because after this, we'll be seeing you guys on 19 directly. Look at antivirus. A perfect headshot being
Sheesh.
landed on Brook. And to start things off itself, ROG Academy, they tend to lose their numbers. Being on the CT side, we know how important the numbers are going to be for them. Slowly and steadily, everyone seems to be falling for the same trap. Airavata has a great advantage to work around with. Antivirus does not want to stop. He's already converted two for himself and finally gets taken down. But now all the responsibilities lies on the shoulder of Seek as he is going to be the last one to survive. The bomb gets planted. It's all about the post-plan scenario. Will he be able to do anything? The answer is a no. Gets taken down. And with that, it's going to be
Hmm.
Airavata Esports with the very first round for themselves.
There we go. The terrorist half. You already know both of these teams are
Yeah.
super strong on that. So I think so. ROG should need to get those 5 rounds whatsoever. If in case they do not manage to do that, I think so. It's going to be super difficult for them to make a comeback. Even if
Yeah.
it's not those 5 rounds, they've got to get Four is something that I feel it would be really less. Airavata would have a lot of room, leave it to work with, and you do not want them to get into their comfort zone, right? However, those cheeky angle coming in, it's a save round from ROG, so they're going in for a full stack towards B. But A seems to be the place where the attention of Airavata is. Yes, you see a couple of players going on for that look. Dreams up with Sinister. I like the combo. They've got a Galil as well, bringing four SMGs into this one. So that's kind of the flash coming in. A bunch of fake utilities, but the plant should go down on towards the A side fairly easily. And I love the play. Dream and Sinister, they both can cut off the entire rotation of ROG. And I don't think so they would even make it to the site.
Yeah, that's gonna be true. The bomb is yet not inside the site though. Okay, well, as soon as I say that, the bomb does make its way to the site and the plant will go down safely. Now it's going to be a 5v5 retake, but again, right, looking at the weaponry and the advantage coming up with the side of Airavata Esports, it's going to be so difficult for ROG. Look at them just sticking together. They just don't want to leave each other whatsoever. Even if one falls down, they know that they have their players to find a perfect trade and maybe deny some weaponries to the sides of Airavata. You never know if that is going to be the plan, but for now, I don't feel there's going to be any contact coming our way. There's a contact, goes up for one, maybe yes, two, doubles it up, triples it up for himself, but that's all he could find before he gets taken down. Two remaining players make it one for now and zero as all of them tends to fall down to the weaponry and Sinister goes down to the bomb itself though. But that's going to be a quick second
Right.
round for the sides of Airavata Esports. They had the full opportunity to, I mean, they had an open side for themselves, right, to just go and get the bomb planted.
Yeah, it was a gamble stack, did not land
Yeah.
well. They just went in for a slow rotation from the lower floor towards the ramp and were cut off in middle. That's the difference, weaponry disadvantage coming in. But now they've got four M4s to work with. No op being brought in. ROG still want to make a contact play. What a
Perfect.
perfect util spam coming in. Brock along with Seek and Arakin. What a crazy play from them and perfect shutdown. Airavata, and I can still see that they were actually investing into this one. Couple of AKs in the hands of Dream as well as Forza. So I don't think so. You want to give up on those rifles towards the opponent. Maybe just go in for a save as Molotov towards the cooler. They don't want to go in for the aggress. Putting a smoke up there. Do they want to go and try and retrieve the bomb? They do not have it in the hand. Just a couple of utils to work with. And now that has been taken care of as well. Zarakin gets a good one onto Dream. His timing could be everything. He looked away. And Brock is just there to get the shutdown. ROG with a flawless round.
No casualties whatsoever. A good start coming up from the sides of ROG. Now, the only reason I say this is not because of the fact that they did not have any player loss, but it's because of the perfect execution. The flash was so on point. Broke managed to take out three players. The teammates helped him so beautifully, and that's a perfect team coordination coming up from the sides of ROG Academy. It was their very first full buy round coming up, and they tend to lose not even one single weapon, which will obviously give them a lot of advantage when it goes down to the economy as well. And at the same time, the confidence and the momentum is going to be there. Airavata Esports, as you said previously, they did invest onto a few weapons, which means that in this round they did not have they did not have their hands onto good weaponry. They need to take it a bit slow, maybe slow and
Yep.
steady. But look at ROG, they've demanded so much of space. They want that space, they want that map control for themselves.
Mhm.
Towards the mid is where the action might just unfold. Two players, I do see them towards the mid itself for now. But what's the plan? What's the execution plan is the question. Airavata is definitely taking all their sweet time and maybe just trying to take one player down and retrieve the weaponry to help it get more for themselves. That might just be the plan. But for now, it seems to be way too slow and just maybe a B execution.
Highly possible, and that's kind of the first contact made up. One for one trade, quick one at that. However, second one was on the other side of the map as Rennie quickly trying to cut off the rotation, jumps in down, will be taken down, assassinate. Standing strong only for so long, and Smoke will be shot in from behind and will be taken down as well. Antivirus, time to retrieve the weapon, maybe not. As Brock quickly joins in the action. And look at the backstab coming in from Seek. He can be It could be either a make or a break for this round. Position
Ouch.
anticipated, maybe not. He just moved backwards and he'll be caught in. Yes, that's antivirus taken care of. Prof and C could shut it down perfectly, and that is what they've done. Slow and steady may win you the race, but only if you are a turtle. You need to be a crafty fox whenever it comes to the attacking half. So Airavata will finally be having their full buy. Let's see what strategies can they cook up.
That's going to be true. They need to cook up some strategies out here because Airavata Esports right now, economically, yes, they do have good buys to invest on too, but utils is where all the actions might unfold. But on the other side, if I talk
Mhm.
about ROG Academy, look at the op being invested from Seek. He's been able to hit those perfect shot when it comes down to that op. So it might just be way too vulnerable to go and maybe peek him, and the position seems to be
True.
perfect. I mean, the smoke is definitely prevailing a lot of
Uh-oh.
information for now, but look at how perfect the position is. It's all about the patience, it's all about the timing, and if Seek gets it's perfect, it's going to be way too difficult for the sides of Airavata. But on the other side, they do anticipate this play, right? Look at them just waiting behind. No dry peaks. If they even tend to go in for a dry peak, it's going to be done for, and they're going to have a numbers advantage. But Sinister, he has just written down the death. Seek has been deleted for this round. The pixels were visible and a perfect headshot would be everything. Numbers falling down left and right. 3v3. We'll make it a 2v3 for now. ROG Academy. The last one to survive. It's going to be Vrenny. 1 versus 3. Can make it a 1v2 though. Antivirus is way too low. 12 HP is all he's surviving on to. Does not have a diffusal kit. Needs to make it way too quick. Finds 1. Goes a bit behind. But he needs to make the entire execution way too quick. The bomb is planted towards the A side for now. But look at the position being held from the sides of Airavata. It's just so difficult. The peak comes up, and that's going to be Rennie done for a good execution. We have to give it to the very first frag. The way that Op got denied, it was an instant delete coming up.
That was crazy. I mean, you really would just see it from my reaction out there. It was
Yeah.
seriously crazy shot. I did not anticipate Sinister peeking from that part. And honestly, Sieg just anticipated it, but he was a second late in order to fire that bullet. And Sinister with the AK, a bullet to the head is all he needed. And no op being recovered as well. It probably fell down 5 to 15 floors of that building. But that was
Yeah.
the play that opened up the site, and it basically gave the Airavata a chance to go in and plant that bomb. And when it came down to that 1v3 situation, yes, you knew it's only a matter of time till you get taken down. Assassinate was right there to do the job. Yeah, the HP was pretty low on the second player of Airavata, but that was about it. You saw that there were not many utilities to work with, a smoke and a flash, and the flash was dodged as well. So that was about it. I think so. A better decision would have been to probably save that rifle so that they would have had something to play around in the next round. And as we've already gone into a tech pause, guys, we'll be fixing the small issue real quick. So make sure that you stay tuned in the meantime. We'll keep you entertained. And just as I said that, you always know Caster's curse works, sometimes in your own favor,
Yeah.
as we'll be jumping into the game within the next few seconds. So, yes, as I mentioned, it would have been a better choice to probably save that weaponry. But either ways, they're still investing into this one. A few
Yeah.
MP9s to work with, a famous M4, and they've still got a
And
credit
a
for
nope.
Rob. Speak. Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, as compared to all the other weaponries out there, I would feel the most attention is given to an orb because you know how huge of an investment it is, right, Scared? I mean, you need
True.
to actually empty the entirety of your pocket to get that orb for yourself, and that's what Seek has already done. $50 is all he has to work around with, but now the question goes down to an equalizer. Will that be the case? Oh, no, it's going to be difficult. That's a
Ooh.
perfect shot being landed. Anakin, not the perfect way. Could maybe just go and peek out there. Converts one more. And this is not looking good. ROG Academy, they are falling down like dominoes. 3 remaining players. Seek just converts 1. And that's going to be antivirus done for. But the job is not yet done because the number still lies in the favors of Airavata for now. Execution, again, maybe, just maybe, towards the B side. The Upsorian City, they are trying to make their way towards the B side. The Famas might help, as does. Seek converts one more into Assassinate. And as I say that, Airavata lose the control on the players that they have for themselves.
How did that even end up being that kind of situation? Look at the shutdown towards ramp. That's something that you not always see happen. However, it seems ROG had a perfect idea, and this tight angle being held by Rennie, dodging a few more bullets. One is all he needs. Brock will put that from the side. Dream, last man standing, holding the angle as a bomb in hand. The question is, does he go for the plant? I don't think so. It's a good choice. Better choice to save the weaponry. You've got the AK in hand. Gets one. That's one good thing. Will, maybe not, as Brock gets the shutdown. Will get the weapon as well. And that is ROG Academy making a comeback. As soon as we mentioned something exactly opposite happened. But this shot, the opener from Dreams, it was beautiful. He probably got 3 in this round. So yeah,
Yeah.
he could have tried to convert it. However, Rene's position was unanticipated. He made the best out of it, and with the follow-up of Brock, you knew the round was done and dusted. So that op bringing a decent amount of value as Seek was able to hold on to that A side. And if that is going to be the case, I am pretty scared for Airavata. Honestly, they can try and go for a fast execute, maybe if they want to, but it has been shut down multiple times.
I really wait. What? So much of aggressiveness coming up from the sides of ROG already. Look at that one player. It's going to be so deadly right behind the back. The smoke might just prevail a lot more of an information though. But that's going to be a very
But in a
close
jump
call.
peak,
Yeah, in a jump peak,
mm,
definitely. ROG Academy for now. I mean, I do love the jump peaks though, but until and unless the player is alive, one perfect shot and it's going to be so deadly, you know. So yeah, until and unless it's going to be the player
he
and
sees.
his, he definitely does. For now, execution making its way towards the A side. All players just running inside the A. It's gonna be a cleanup job. Maybe no casualties. Yes, there is one. That's gonna be broke, but that's all for this round. A good round for the sides of ROG. I did not really have high expectations from the sides of Airavata in this round. I mean, they had no weaponry whatsoever, right? They had nothing to be invested onto, and they were on a save. So, either ways, it's gonna be the sides of ROG getting this round for themselves. But Airavata Esports, they tend to stick together. They did try to go in for a push. They took their own sweet time to maybe make their way towards the A side, but it just did not work in the way they wanted it to. And that's where everything seems to be falling down. Seek is in a very vulnerable position, finds the best of that frag. Maybe a second one. Yes, he does. Seek with one more. Forza! Why would you peek him in that way? I know it was important to take down an op, but 3 players will fall down to that. And within a blink of an eye, Airavata Esports is down to 2 remaining players.
That's a highlight play. That is a highlight play. Nothing can change my mind. What a crazy angle to hold, and what a way to just hold it for so long, pushing that molly. That's going to be another fight being taken. Smoke, can you win it? Answer is no. Reams gets a bullet to his head, but Rennie again angle unanticipated. Peak though. Dream tried to go in for that one. However, the flick is on point. Sinister, last man standing. Can you go for the plant? It's going to be the 4 or nothing. Except from the exact same angle, will be taken down in just the same way as the previous round. Rennie with that shutdown. That's going to be a round for Seek. I'm not saying it's an ROG round. It's a round for Seek.
Yeah.
Just look at this play. My goodness. After he got the second one, I was like, no way he gets the third shot in. I mean, the player was about to die from the molly itself. But still,
Yep.
he peeked in, got that shot, and got that right. Seek is like, I'm not allowing you on this side. I am not allowing you on any of those sides. One of the nastiest top player I've ever seen.
That's gonna be true. Seek once again a lot of confidence he does have into himself. This time he's gonna clear the other angle as well. He got denied from the other way. But look at smoke. Weaponry disadvantage is gonna hit bad to the sides of Airavata Esports for now. But ROG Academy, they can probably have the best possible timing. I mean, yeah, they have good weaponries to walk around with, good amount of utils. They have 3 defusal skits. So either ways, if the sides of Airavata do have a chance to go in for that plant, it's gonna be so difficult to stop that defusal coming up. For now, once again, B execution, will that be the case? They'll feel sandwiched from each and every position, and it's going to be Arakin for the initial contact itself. Finds the best possible frag onto Sinister, and now Smoke. It's got to find more for himself, but that's going to be Rennie who doubles it up on the other side. gets taken down. Arakin and
Okay.
Brock, they both fall down to the same trap. It was Assassinate, the last one to survive. Does not find anything. And the sixth one comes on board for the sides of ROG Academy. Weaponry disadvantage at set for the sides of Airavata. It's going to hit them hard, and that's going to be the case. But you know what? ROG Academy is scared right now, is just running away with rounds. They need to stop them. I mean, 7-5 is what we were talking about a while ago. But ROG Academy, they tend to have their hands onto rounds back to back.
Yeah, and 7-5 also. I anticipated it was going to be in favor of Airavata since they were on the terrace side.
Yeah.
Now that they've got something else in their mind, and that's going to be a molly being used up. It's basically blocking his own teammates' retreat. Nonetheless, they're still going to have that ramp control. Brock will be backing up. Just a dent onto his HP, nothing more than that. Dream with the op. Holding the angle towards the B. If Rennie peeks into this one, he is basically done for. He should not go in for that peek. Have to wait and see.
The
Oh
timing.
my goodness, that is a ratty angle to be at. That is such a ratty angle to be at. That's already the orb being denied. However, 1-for-1 trade. A smoke was also taken care of on the other side. That's going to be sinister. Just finishing off Rennie. You can't stay there for long. Orb again in the hands of Seek. Same angle, same result. Forza being done for. Numbers being equalized. Assassinates just gonna try and run up. Molly's gonna hold this push for only a while though. Brock holding the other side of sidewalk. The execute should be coming in towards the B, looking at the way that they're all moving. They did not have control of any of that part, and you can also see the rotation coming in.
Oh,
See,
Arakin.
doubling it up.
Double up.
Yep, that's going to be Arakin. Op in his own hand as well. That's a double off hit upon towards the B. He gets one, he gets two! Not the 12! That is one of the craziest op shots in this one game only. Yes, Seek's play was amazing, but that flick was something else. Don't give them two ops.
Arakin!
Don't give them two ops.
I don't even want to talk about the double op setup coming up. What was that flick? He just turned around his mouse randomly to take down that one player, and that shot was perfect. Oh my god, Arakin. And over to that shot, he converted 2 more players. We were talking about Seek, but look at Arakin once again.
Alright.
This time, it's going to be Dream, who does deny the dreams coming up from the sides of Arakin, and finally the orb gets taken down. But that's just one orb being denied. There's going to be one more smoke inside. The smoke finds one, finds two, doubles it up for himself. The number seems to be falling down once again for the sides of Airavata Esports for now. Slowly and slowly, they do not have the side control. They were trying to go in and push the mid, maybe take the mid control for themselves, but that just did not seems to be working in their favor. And now to go towards the B side, it seems to be impossible. Slowly and steadily backing off, but Seek seems to be not stopping whatsoever.
Rennie.
Antivirus falls to that trap, and now it's going to be Rennie who has a huge responsibility. Though for now,
No
they do have a
way.
lot of space in between. But again, the execution, the thoughts of them to give it an A try, that might just be the worst possible plan ever, because look at that setup coming up. It's not looking good for the sides of Airavata Esports trying to go inside the side. Brook has the best perfect angle. He knows there's one player inside. He needs to connect that shot. Is able to do that. It all goes down to Froza, who could not do anything. Gets denied from Brook again. And that's a 8-3 already. We're talking about a 7-5 in favors of Airavata being on the T side, but it seems to be so deadly. ROG Academy, the homework is done so right this time. I mean, scared. I know you've done your homework right, but ROG Academy, they are just turning the tables around.
That's not the chapter I studied for.
Out of syllabus, right?
That's on test. Sheesh, that is
It's already out of
something.
syllabus.
Exactly. Always, man. It happens always. Whatever you study, what comes on test is out of syllabus. And ROG Academy is like we've done our studies much better. 8-3, a much needed timeout as well, because that's not how you want to end your T half, especially on this map. Yes, you know that CT is pretty strong, but looking at the way Airavata played in the previous one, it just seemed that their T side was stronger as compared to their CT side. It just always comes down to the way you go in for those setups, the way that you're feeling in the game. And today, Seek and Arakin, man, they are just absolutely insane.
Come
Literally
on.
insane. Those double op setups were seriously on point. However, now when you come out of this timeout, what is Airavata going to think? Because they have been going in for these slow approaches. I still feel that they can try and go in for a very fast push, a quick push, maybe towards the A or towards the B, wherever they've got the lineups ready for. They'll have the utility. It's not that great, but a decent amount of utility, a few smokes, frags to work with, few stuns and a molly. So you can definitely clear those angles or at least block off those angles with the smokes. Now the question is, how well will ROG adapt to that if in case Airavata go in for a very quick play? Because again, these slow hits do not seem to work at all. ROG seem to be exploring the map, they seem to be controlling the mid, and they also try go in for those
Yeah.
lurk plays as well behind them to try and get the pincer maneuver in. But it just seems they don't even need that because Brock holding the side, Seek holding the side, Araken holding the side, they're just enough to finish off all the attackers.
That's going to be so true. I mean, Seek and Arakin, they are the best possible duo, but I have nothing to take away from the sides of Brock as well. The way he's been hitting those shots, they seem to be so perfect. In the previous round itself, he converted those double frags, I mean, the double kill for himself, and that seemed to be so perfect. I mean, the
So
angle is what I'm talking about, right? The A side execution is what the plan was coming up from the sides of Airavata Esports. They did try to go and take the mid control and maybe hit the B side later on, but that just did not work in their favor. They decided to rotate, make their way towards the A side, but the perfect angle being holded. They did not over aggress. They had the numbers. They wanted to keep it for themselves and they wanted to take the best possible lead for themselves in that half itself. And it seemed to be really good. ROG Academy, as you said it a while ago, they are basically that one question in the entirety of the question paper that we did not prepare for. And look at what we are already. 5 rounds of differentiate is what we are talking about, and still even if the sides of Airavata Esports they tend to have one round for themselves and maybe take it to an 8-4, I would still say that there are high probability chances of Airavata Esports making a comeback. But even after that, if at all it is a 9-3 coming up, I mean, it's going to be difficult, right? Even if it is a 9-3 and the pistol goes in the favor of the sides of ROG Academy, I mean, yeah, it's all the hypothetical situations that we are talking about right now. But again, if that is the case, it's going to be way too difficult for the sides of Airavata Esports.
exactly, because whenever you talk about these halves, right, as soon as it's 7-5, yes, it's doable, understandable. You can try and let go of
Yeah,
a few rounds if you don't get it. You can try and go in for some extra saves as well. You have room of error. But whenever it's an 8-4 or a 9-3, if basically the lead increased from 7 to 8, you
yeah.
already know that there's no room of error. You have to get those pistols whatsoever, and you cannot let your opponents have that control, have that momentum, have that snowball effect. So that is one thing that I'm really worried about, especially for Airavata at this point. Yes, their attacking half was pretty solid. I think so. Their CT would also be good, but ROG, if they've got some few more strategies cooked up their sleeves, that is going to be super difficult for Airavata to make a comeback to because it always works on those lineups, right? You know that CS2 is all about those lineups. Even CSGO, you have to
Yeah.
have those lineups intact, perfect, in order to go for a great execute. Because the plays have been made so many times. So these lineups are going to be the key. If Airavata has a few of them, they've got to use it right now. There's absolutely no other choice. Final round of the half. We're going to jump into the round as well. Let's see if it's going to be an 8-4 or a 9-3.
Yep. There, it should be an 8-4. I mean, yeah, it should be an
Okay.
8-4 because Airavata
Okay.
Esports, they will try to give their all level best for this round. They need this round desperately, as we discussed about it prior, right? 9-3 is just going to be way too difficult to capitalize on to going in the second half itself. But let's see if they are able to do that. For now, mid is what they are trying to contest on to. Once again, flashes and smoke seems to be perfect. B hit might just be the case until and unless they tend to. stop two players who are already inside the site. But hey, wait, no, it's gonna be a re-execution coming up.
Oh,
It's
wow.
blood pot. What in the world did I just see? 2 seconds to 3 seconds, and the entirety of Airavata Esports just fell down like dominoes. And it's a 9-3. What?
They vanished. They vanished. It's not even like falling down like down. They just vanished,
No.
deleted off the map. That has to be hurtful. There's no other thing apart from that. That has to be hurtful. ROG ending the half in this manner. They are not letting go of this momentum. You can just think about it. You can probably dream about it. It's just them having the day. They're just in the zone. They're feeling it at this point. They've got the reads perfect. They've got the setups perfect. It's like they've studied all the attacking rounds of Airavata and they prepared a counter strategy for that. Because the way they've been just holding mid, haven't been pushing that much. Only in a couple of rounds, I probably saw them making that aggress towards the mid part of the map. And apart from that, they've just been holding angles perfectly, making those crossfires, getting the util setups. That was exactly what they needed. And this time around, when they're on the attacking half, pistols in the hand, slowly creeping up towards the B side, and that is the weaker part of the map. So I am just worried about Airavata at this point.
That's gonna be true. 9-3 is what the scoreline is of the very first half itself. But for now, it's a perfect hit coming up, but the kill goes in the favor of Airavata. For now, the first track is what I'm talking about. Perfect smokes, perfect flashes whatsoever. They do have the site under their control, and the bomb gets planted. ROG Academy, they do have the numbers as well, but they need to take it a bit slow because aggressing mode can cause them a lot of damage. Well, I was too fast onto saying that because the peak seemed to be perfect. See, with a beautiful headshot coming on onto Foza, the trades are really good, and now it's all about the 10th one on board for the sides of ROG Academy. They did not even think twice before hitting the site, knowing the fact that there are two players who are trying to hold those angles, who are trying to hold the site. Just went in, instantly denied those players, got the site control, planted the bomb, got the round, and now that they have planted the bomb as well, they are going to get a huge economical boost. And look at the investment of an AK coming up already from the sides of Seek. He's sitting on 20 freaking kills and Brog with 15. He has 4 deaths. What? Alright.
I just can't, man. I just can't. This match has me in shambles as antivirus will fall. Lego pieces are probably what Airavata are feeling right now as they fall in one after the other. Sinister getting one shut down right away, and that's 11. ROG Academy. Airavata have got absolutely no openings right now. It just seems that everything is landing perfectly for ROG. All those shots right onto the skulls, those reads, perfect. Checking the corners, they're not making mistakes. Airavata cannot abuse onto that. Just like how Brock is playing with that bomb, it seems like Brock is playing with Airavata.
Oh my god, they're playing around with their food right now. Seek almost had an ace for himself in the previous round. Perfect headshot coming up once again, the 25th. Oh, that's going to be the 24th kill he had. Bro, come on. Allow him his 25th. You did not do that to him. One round away from the match point, and the entirety of Airavata seems to be falling down right now, and it's not that great. We've talked about it a lot. If the pistol goes for the sides of ROG Academy, it's going to be done for. And now it goes down to some investments coming up from the sides of Airavata as well. But I just cannot say that it's a full buy coming up from their end. But either ways, ROG Academy a great lead to be maintained on to. For now, site execution seems to be a bit on hold. They do have 50 seconds to work around with, and this might just be a hit coming up. There's just one single player towards A. So if the entirety of ROG Academy tend to push together, things might be really perfect. There's one player towards the spawn. I mean, taking care of the mid. No, that's going to be true. Smokes and flashes are going to be on point, and now it's going to be an A execution coming up. It seems to be so difficult. The flashes seems to be perfect, and that's going to be antivirus done for. The numbers have again faltered down. The site is completely under their control. The bomb is going to get planted. Arakin, good for one through the smoke. smoke, shuts down Forza. Airavata Esports, the only player left behind is going to be Sinister for now. What does he have to do? Around Seek shuts both of them down. A round without any casualties for the sides of ROG Academy over and over again. Seek, I am really sure that this man did not have his lunch today because he's eating up his opponents and he seems to be way too hungry.
My God, it's not just about him. It seems that ROG, they are out for blood at this point, and boy, they are doing it in the most fashionable way possible. You call stylish, and there's no better than ROG. Especially when you talk about this game. There we go, another peak. Some chip damage being cooked in. Brock holding one ramp angle alongside with Seek. They don't have an op invested. On the other side, there are only MP9s coming in. Smoke quickly winning one trade out. Sinister with the trade onto the elsewhere assassinate. Finally, this time it looks around that the numbers are dwindling. ROG got to play safe, and maybe that's not what's going to happen. As Sinister still holding on to the side. Araken quickly going in for the backstab. He already knows there should be one more around, as it's Forza who fell. Sinister was the one on the side. This contact is everything, and he gets the head of Sinister. Not in this way. Still a 2v2 situation. Molly's gonna push him around. Araken will be taken out. Did not anticipate a peek coming in from that angle. Last 1v1. Seek up against Assassinate. He's down to 45. But he's moving around the cat. The angle is not anticipated. Seek, can you find this opening? The game of cat and mouse, and Assassinate wins it. Finally finding the fourth for Airavata and giving them a lifeline. It took everything they had in the arsenal to get that round for themselves. All the weaponry lost, apart from one. And some cheeky angles being held for some cheeky plays. That's how they got this round. Such a messy one. But at least they've got a fighting chance.
It breaks my heart though while I say this, but scared. Is it too late? 12 to 4. That's,
I guess so,
way too much to climb, you know. It's gonna be tiring, it's gonna be draining, and you never know if it just fall down due to the tiredness. But yeah, let's see, 12 to 4, ROG Academy, they are on the match point already. It's all about that one single round. Now, when will they be able to capitalize on that is yet a question. And all being invested from the sides of Seek. I mean, if it would have been an AK, honestly, on the T side, it would have been Seek with a 30 bomber in the entirety of that team. It's just 3 players who are onto those double digits. And look at Smoke and Brenny. I mean, I have to give them for being the best possible teammates ever for the entirety of ROG Academy right now. Because the flashes and the smoke seems to be so perfect coming up from their end though. And when you have that one player in your team who is having a perfect day, is having the best possible day ever, shots hitting perfectly, every single shot being connected, may it be an op, may it be an AK, may it be any gun. I feel it justifies, it completely justifies every single play. But for now, it all goes down to a hit coming up from this player. Forza good for one, maybe, no, he's not. But the kill gets confirmed from Dream. Double set up as he shuts down Brenny. Bro good for one. The numbers have been equalized, and that's going to be a 3v3. Now, Dream's location is already compromised, so being on that, it's going to be way too difficult, and he gets punished for the same. Slowly and steadily, the site is completely open for business, and they can go in for a comfortable plant. And now it all goes down to a post-plant scenario. One last remaining player. It's going to be Smoke. It's his time to just shine bright and get this clutch for his team. 50 HP and a dream that possible. Maybe a knife and go in front of your enemy. Smoke gets taken down. Yet another lifeline for the sides of team Airavata. The fifth one comes on board. 12 to 5.
My God, the perfect timing onto that knife. Look at that. And he just flew out of it. He's like, I'm out of here. And Airavata is like, yes, you definitely are, but not just alive.
Yeah.
We'll finish you off. That shot was actually good. That was really good. And then getting the easy defuse as well. So yes, just as you mentioned, another lifeline. And at this point, Airavata are just probably thinking, all right, they just focus on the next round. One round after another is going to be the key. Now, it's going to be the molly fused up. Yeah, that nade was pretty good, but the molly before that, I'm not quite sure where they wanted it to land. Either ways, Sometimes things go out of the map and out of the hand. That's probably what Airavata is facing as of now, though. Holding the sides, holding the angles, not pushing in mid is the way of ROG Academy. You've always seen them creeping in towards mid when they were on the CT side. Now, this time on the T, also focus on exactly onto that one. So the contact can be made, but the space is being given to them. Forza is holding a very passive angle towards the elevators. So he does not want to take the fight to them, but just the util dump that flash to try and post him up.
Taking it way too slow for now, though. One player towards the mid is going to be way too vulnerable. There is a perfect angle being holded, but for how long will they be able to capitalize on that position is the question. Now they're backing off. They know that this might just be a vulnerable call, and that's the reason they'll be backing off completely. Maybe cutting off the sound entirely and making their way back again towards the B side. Yep, that's going to be the call for now. I'm not really sure. 30 seconds remaining on clock, though. They need to make this execution way too quick. Does not have the best possible weaponry to work around. The team shuts down. Broke Anakin! Perfect shot being landed from Anakin, though, but that's all he could find as he gets taken down. A 3v3, which is yet doable, but time is what is not the best friend for now. Antivirus shuts down one, doubles it up, shuts down the second one as well. Seek will be the last one to survive, not for a longer period of time, as Antivirus shuts him down as well. 12 to 6, slowly and steadily. Airavata Esports seems to be stepping up and getting those round, but for how long is the question? Because again, ROG Academy in this round did not have a great economy to work around with, and now that they have a full buy, and Seek will be investing onto an op once again. So let's see how much of an value is he able to convert out of it.
Indeed, 7 flashes in the hand. That's what they're running with. Lineup's going to come in from Airavata. Can they change the pace up? Because it seems to be a very pacey hit towards the B, or at least the attention being grabbed for Airavata. They'll probably get the third man towards the site as well, while the rest of the ROG will be creeping in towards the other part. Moving through the CT will probably... Alright, they want to take the mid control yet again, just like the previous time. Moving through the mid, slowly creeping up, doing exactly what they did in the previous one, just with only 2 members invested this time, while the rest of them are holding for any kind of aggressive push from Airavata. If they get a little too impatient, then Airavata will be punished for that. But we've seen them only holding back, not moving forward. So they're respecting the play that ROG can make and their potential onto those attacking halves. So not giving them a lot of room to work with. Again, there we go. We'll probably see the contact being made. But look at the amount of space that they've allowed for ROG to take. They're almost on
Yeah.
site. Yes, Flash was there, but no one to follow it up. And again, that's going to be the lineup coming in. Sinister holding the angle. It was anticipated when he gets one quickly and he finds the second one as well. You always check the catwalk. Can he find the third? Maybe no. Antivirus was only good for mana. Smoke came out on with that trade. Down to a 2v4, 2v3 now. And all 3 of them are actually not on towards the side. Zeke with the AWP in hand. That's going to be the Molly. Control one part of the map with the smoke on the other side. Bomb is down now. It's all about post plant. Dream with the AWP in hand. Darshita, this looks super doable for ROG as they get one more shutdown. Can they get the last man as well? A single peak jiggle coming in, but only for Anakin to find him out. And that is going to be ROG winning it out and moving forward towards the LAN.
That's going to be true. ROG Academy, ladies and gentlemen. We finally have our fourth team who are going to be making it to the LAN, which is happening in Kolkata. But what an amazing match it has been. I did anticipate,
True.
I did expect a lot coming up from the sides of Airavata. I mean, I'll be really very honest. We did expect this to be a close match. In the second half itself, there were rounds where Airavata did capitalize onto. But again, as I said it a while ago, right? Was it too late? And yes, it was, because at the end of the day, if
Indeed.
we talk about the sides of ROG Academy, they were already on the match point, right? They just needed one single round to close the chapter completely. And they did that very well. I mean, it was like a last full stop that they need to place on that question paper that had the questions that we did not expect, honestly. But again, it has been an amazing match. ROG Academy did their homework perfectly well, and it all went down to them having the best possible time. But when it went down to Airavata, I did see them stumbling, having a wobbly start, maybe falling down to the traps that the sides of ROG Academy set up for them, and that's where everything seems to be impossible for them to make a comeback from, and that's where they will be saying us a goodbye.
True. I mean, yes, we could see ROG were holding those common angles, but it just seemed like they studied Airavata really well. And that's why
Yeah,
they were able to shut down all of those attacking halves. They were making sure that they, do not overcommit to the fights. But yes, they also hold the space, denying those places, especially the ramp control. We always saw
yeah,
Seek at least standing there in every second round with the op in hand. He was taken down in one, but after that, I believe in every other round, he maintained that control. Even in the last round, where the score was 8-3 and we were playing in the 12th round of the first half, we could clearly see that there were three people moving through mid towards elevators from the top floor. While on
yeah,
the ramp, we could also see a pacey hit coming in from a couple of players. And Seek was there with his op in his hand, got both of them off camera. He made sure that the split that was coming towards the A side did not happen. And he maintained the RAM control. There was a crossfire in the elevator. There was no way Airavata was able to get that round. And since 8-4 was also denied, you already know that there is even less room to even work with. No mistakes whatsoever should be coming in from their side. And that does not how the game works. You always,
yeah,
kind of stumble once or twice whenever you're playing on either of those sides. So yes, we did see ROG stumbling on their T side for a couple of times, or I would just give it to Airavata because their defense was
yeah,
really solid and the trades went in their favor as well. Their shots landed perfectly and the read was really good. But at the end of the day, we just knew that maybe one pace change or just a few things here and there, and you will see one round or a couple of more rounds going in favor of ROG. That's exactly what happened. Not what we expected, not the way we thought of.
true. Yeah, that's going to be so true. I mean, coming to the very first half itself, where ROG Academy were on the sides of, CT, the hold was so
Yes.
perfect. I mean, they did deny them the mid control. We saw a lot of rounds where, the sides of Eravata, they did demand the mid control, but that was denied. I mean, there was a complete denial
True.
coming up in the last round as well of the first half itself. You remember the last round, they did try to force in and get the mid control for themselves. But what happened next? There was an instant denial. I mean, within a blink of an eye, the entirety of Eravata Esports was said a goodbye for that round, and that was not how it tend to be. Even if it was a 9-3, there were high chances of a
Hmm.
comeback coming from the sides of Eravata, but only if they had the pistol drawn for themselves. But that did not work in their favor. It all went down to Eravata Esports having the double digits, getting the 11th one on board, getting the match point. Now, after the sides of, ROG Academy, they had the match point for themselves. We did saw the sides of Airavata Esports getting consecutive rounds, 2, 3, or 4 maybe, but that's the maximum that they could, have for themselves. Because at the end of the day, it was all about that one single round or one single mistake, and if you make that, you are gonna get punished. And so was the case with the sides of Airavata Esports. They didn't fall down, and it all went to the sides of ROG Academy. But what an amazing journey it has been. I mean, the online qualifiers, if I talk about, we've seen
Super fun.
so much of, it's been super fun, right? We've seen different maps. I mean, I'm still heartbroken that we did not see an Inferno happening either ways, but yeah, it is what it is. As you said it a while ago, it is going to be what it is. I do expect the Inferno just maybe coming up in the LAN, which is happening in Kolkata. But hey, guys, as I remember that it's a LAN, it's going to happen on 29th, and if you are from Kolkata and you're not making it to the LAN, you're going to miss out on a lot. If you are really tensed on what to do for the registration and how much do you need to pay, guess what? It's free of cost. You do not need to pay anything. You just need to go in the description link below, and there's a link in the description below. You just need to go click on that link, register yourself, and be present on 29th. Because with this LAN happening in Kolkata alongside the CS2, semifinals and grand finals, we have a lot to give you guys. And scared, can you just put some light on what all do we have to offer in the LAN which is happening on 29th?
I mean, every time ROL comes with a LAN event, you always know that there would be many games happening right on the spot in the arena. You can participate in those tournaments as well. You can win out a prize pool for yourself, and that would be entirely separate from the one of CS2. You will be seeing all these teams as well making, a go at that first position prize, but you will have a lot of fun time. There will be cosplays coming in, and there will be just so many games. You can buy some goodies for yourself, meet your favorite players. It's just so much fun always whenever you are at LAN. And I
Yeah.
mean, Darshita is super sad about that. This tournament has basically been a heartbreak for her. Tell me a more sad
I
story
mean,
than your lie in April. It's
come on.
probably Darshita living in Pune and not being able to go to Kolkata LAN, and also Darshita and Inferno.
All right. Let's not get into sad stories for now because I feel see Karrikin and Brooke possibly had the best day today. So let's just see on what all they have done in today's map. Let's just get going towards the scoreboard because I really wish to avoid the conversation of a sad story about me and Inferno right now. 28 kills for the sides of Seek. I mean, look at that 3.5 of a KDR to be maintained. Seek has eaten up his opponents like it's nothing for him. 18 for Broke, 13 and 12 for Arakin and 20 respectively, and Smoke with 7. I have to give it to Smoke for all the utils. Perfect utils
True.
from his end. On the other side, we have Dreams with 12, Sinister and Antivirus with 11, Assassinate with 10, and Forza with 6. The scoreline goes down to a 13-5 in favors of ROG Academy.
I mean, in this match, you can just see that Airavata were totally outclassed by ROG. They did not prepare for what ROG were bringing on the table. I mean,
Yeah.
I was saying that maybe I studied for the test and everything was out of syllabus. For Airavata, it was even a more difficult story. But either ways, we're going to be giving a good
Yeah.
congratulations, a big congratulations to all the teams that qualified for the LAN. It was Team NPC who beat out Team Hariom. It is today we witness Team ROG Academy as well. We have usual suspects who also qualified for the LAN and Team Mystic Gaming. We'll all see you in the
Yeah.
Kolkata. And in the meantime, thank you so much for all the viewers who supported us throughout. We'll be seeing you in the grand final stream. You all were watching Lenovo and Intel presents Rise of Legion Kolkata. Gaming monitor partner view Sony Gaming. Gaming headset partner Sony InZone. Esports partner the Esports Club. Talent partner Maverick. This is me, Scared Yet, with my co-caster Darshita. We'll be signing off for now. I'm really sorry for that mispronunciation. See you guys on the grand finals.